All right, good morning. So it's actually 6 a.m. and I just packed up and I'm about to get moving. So I managed to get up at like 5:45. Usually I'm awake around then, but I just can't really get up because it's too cold. But I got up, so yeah, gonna get moving now, 6 a.m. So this is the dirt road that I've been walking on for a while, and I just camped, next to the road basically. It was relatively soft here though, so it wasn't too bad. A little bit bumpy, but I slept quite well. And it was actually really cold because look at my water bottles. So they were lying down and they completely, well, they didn't completely freeze, but they froze quite a lot, as you can see. It's actually been a while since the last time my water bottles froze like that, but I didn't actually feel that cold at night. And I think that's because when I was in Flagstaff staying with that guy Gary, I put my sleeping bag or my quilt in the dryer, put it in the dryer with no heat, and just let it, go around and around. And that fluffed up the down again because the down was clumping in areas, and there were patches where there was like no down. So I was actually getting kind of cold at night. But now I've been really warm, so I think that actually made a huge difference, which is good. So in that last clip, you could see the San Francisco peaks. The highest peak is, I think it's called Humphrey or Humphreys, and it's at least 11,000 feet, maybe close to 12,000. But yeah, that's where I was. I was just behind that mountain yesterday. Yesterday morning is where I camped just behind that mountain. That's where most of the snow was. And that was about 35 miles ago. So I did about 35 miles yesterday. And that's definitely the biggest day so far on the trail. And today I'm going to try and do 35 again if I can. If it's similar terrain, I mean, especially if there's no snow today, then I can definitely do 35, I think. And that leaves me with just 20 miles to get to the Grand Canyon tomorrow. So that means I can get to the Grand Canyon like, in the early afternoon and get my resupply, find a place to camp and charge my electronics and all that, and be ready for the big day after that where I go rim to rim on the Grand Canyon. Alright, so this is my water source for now. I think the next water might be, I don't know, at least 15 miles, so definitely filling up here. So I'm entering Kaibab National Forest, and I think it's basically, other than the Grand Canyon National Park, I think it's Kaibab National Forest basically until the end of the trail. So it's been pretty easy hiking so far today. It's about 12 o'clock now and I've done around 15 miles. Actually more like 16 because I had to walk half a mile off trail and half a mile back to get to that water source, which was basically the only water source for a while. Anyway, 15 or 16 miles by 12 o'clock is pretty good going for me, and it means I'll definitely hit 30 miles today, and still aiming to try and see if I can do 35 again. And then, you know, back-to-back 35-mile days. It's pretty good going, you know, 70 miles in 2 days. Anyway, that leaves me with only like 20, maybe 22 to get to the South Rim tomorrow. And yeah, then I'll be at the Grand Canyon. Pretty excited. But yeah, I am getting really excited for the Grand Canyon now, because, you know, the past, like, pretty much past week or so has been kind of mostly the same sort of thing each day. Especially for a while, it was just pine forest, which, you know, I really enjoyed the pine forest, but there wasn't that much in terms of views. And then the views of the San Francisco peaks were really cool. And now I'm in a little bit more of a mixture of, I don't know, it's getting a bit more desert-like at the lower elevations and a bit hotter, but not much in terms of views now. Anyway, it's gonna be amazing to reach the Grand Canyon. You know, having hiked 700 miles to get there, it's going to be really epic just to see the Grand Canyon. It's going to be crazy. And to be able to hike rim to rim in a day, it's going to be really cool as well. And, you know, I'm in like perfect hiking shape to do that as well. So yeah, it's going to be really cool. So it's almost 1:30 now, and I think I've already done almost 20 miles, which is really good. I don't normally have 20 miles done that quickly, so it's been cruisy, easy miles. I think I'll probably easily hit 30 miles today. I mean, I only need another 10, so, and yeah, aim for that 35 again. I'm going to take a break pretty soon because I haven't really taken a break yet today, so I'll find a nice spot in the shade somewhere. But yeah, cruisy. I think I can actually see the Grand Canyon. That's crazy. I did not expect to see the Grand Canyon today, but it looks like that's what I'm looking at right now. Let me show you. It's going to be so hard to pick it up on this camera, but... Alright, there's no way you can properly see this, but basically right along there you can see like the North Rim, I guess. I mean, that's got to be... It's hard to pick it up on this phone, but 100%, that's it. That's got to be the Grand Canyon. Wow, that is awesome. I did not know I'd be seeing the Grand Canyon today. That's amazing. Alright, so I'm going to fill up on water here. The last place that I filled up on was about 24 miles ago. But I've actually been really well hydrated today, even though it was like 24 miles between water sources. Could have filled up somewhere else, it just didn't look great. And I had about 3 liters of water. I did those 24 miles pretty quickly. It wasn't that hot, so I was fine. But yeah, I've done about 32 miles now today. So 7 p.m., planning to hike for about another hour, and that will bring me to probably around 35 miles. So yeah, 2 35-mile days in a row, and honestly feeling great. Like, if it wasn't getting dark soon, I would probably do more than 35 miles. But yeah, anyway, 35 is good. It'll leave me with, I think, about 22 tomorrow to get the Grand Canyon South Rim. So should be able to get there like kind of early afternoon, maybe aim for like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., but see how it goes. Yeah, so gonna fill up on water and then get the last 3 miles in. See you guys tomorrow.